Yo, what's up my people? Kiwami Games here, back at it with another video. And as always my people, thank you all so much for stopping by and checking out the video. And I hope that you all are having a wonderful day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. And today we are playing Agents, and very quickly I have to give a shout out to the YouTuber Abe, for he is a master when it comes to this deck. So I learned a bit how to play this deck by having a small conversation with him and by checking out his YouTube video. So if you are interested in learning this deck some more, I strongly suggest in checking out his YouTube channel. I will leave a link in the description. So yeah, go ahead and give him a look. So today, Agents. So what Agents are trying to do? First of all, with this build, if you are going first, you want to try to get this card out onto the field, because this card right here is going to lock your opponent from special summoning monsters. Also, you are locked from special summoning monsters, so you want to set up your board and then get this monster out onto the field. Another thing is these cards, the Master Hyperion and the Majesty Hyperion. So they both are able to banish a fairy monster from the graveyard, and then the Master Hyperion is going to allow you to destroy a card on the field. And if you have the Sanctuary in the Sky on the field, you can do this effect twice. And then the Majesty has the same effect, just that he's going to be able to banish a card from your opponent's graveyard or your own graveyard. And also, if this card is on the field, any damage that you take, your opponent can also take it. And then what's great about this card is that if you have the Sanctuary in the Sky, well, any battle damage that you take while using a fairy monster, it becomes 0. So sometimes if your opponent makes a tower or something like that and you have this card onto the field, you can crash your fairy monsters into that tower and your opponent ends up taking the hit and not you. But yeah, another good thing about this deck is that you're able to search your fairy monsters. You have many different ways. So that means that you can search for a Herald of Orange Light, which is going to be a monster negate. And with Kashtira coming out and all of that stuff, you can also search for the Kurikara, which this card can be really amazing against Kashtira and any board that, you know, set up a lot of monster negates and all of that stuff. So yeah, so this is pretty much Agents, and we're running the Bestial package, you know, just to counter Tearlaments and all of that stuff. And we have some of the shufflers to get our own materials back into the deck, and to also you know, counter any graveyard reliant decks out there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's just jump right into the replays and you'll see what the deck can do. Alright my people, let's get into the first replay. And in this replay, I'm just going to show what the deck is trying to do going first. So we're going to normal summon Diviner. And then our opponent is going to activate Max C. But we got that Ash Blossom hot and ready. So we're going to negate that. Alright, and then with the Diviner, we are going to send the Trias to the graveyard. Okay, then we're going to use Trias Graveyard effect by attributing the Diviner, special summoning itself. Now the Diviner is going to activate. We can special summon an Eva. Then using these two monsters, we're going to make our Protector of the Agents Moon. Then Moon is going to be able to discard a card. But before that, we're going to activate the Eva by banishing the Diviner and banishing the Moon. We're going to be able to search for two fairy monsters. So we search for Neptune and we search for Herald. And then now, since I don't have any monsters, I can special summon this card from my hand. And then with the Moon, I sent the Majesty Hyperion to the graveyard. Okay, so the Neptune is going to be able to discard itself so that I can special summon the Earth. And then using this graveyard effect, I can banish a fairy monster from my graveyard. And then I can special summon this monster from the graveyard. And then I banish the Neptune from the graveyard, and then this is gonna activate. So when this card is banished, I am able to search for a Sanctuary in the Sky. So I'm gonna be able to get my field spell. Alright, and then with these two monsters, we're gonna make our level 10 Master Flare Hyperion. Alright, and then this card right here, we can send a fairy monster from our extra deck, and then he's gonna be able to copy the ability. So we send the Celestial Parsh. So then this card right here allows us to discard one card, and then we can add a fairy monster to our hand. So using that, we're going to discard the Call by the Grave, and we're going to get our Christia. And then the Christia right here, she can special summon herself, but when you have exactly 4 fairy monsters in your graveyard. So that's very, very important that you always keep an eye on your graveyard when you're trying to play this deck. So we got 1 fairy, 2 fairy, 3 fairy, 4 fairies in the graveyard. So we're able to special summon her. And then now when she is special summoned, her effect kicks in where neither player can special summon monsters. And then we can add a fairy monster from our graveyard to our hand. So now we have a monster negate. And then our opponent cannot special summon any monsters. So he's going to activate Screams, going to scream for help because he's really going to need all the help that he can get. And he's going to mill some cards. He's going to mill a Bestial. I'm going to send the Lubellion to the graveyard. And he's going to get the Rhino Heart. Okay, the Rhino Heart normal summon. He's going to send, I think he sends like a Havnes, I believe. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. Now he gets the Agido. And then there goes the Havnes. The Agido is going to mill some more. Then the Modoro is going to activate. He's going to try to spin I don't know what back. But yeah. So that's pretty much what the deck kind of does. It blocks your opponent from special summoning, and then you can search your fairy monsters. So that's really, really great. You can search for your Herald, that it will be a monster negate. You can search for Kurikara, which is going to be amazing against Kashtira. So yeah, but let's keep it moving. All right, my people, welcome to game number 2. And in this replay, I just want to show you a different route that you can take that will lead you to lock in your opponent with the Crystal Lock, as in our first replay. So first we're going to normal summon our Earth, activate its effect, then we're going to search for a Neptune. Then since we activated a fairy monster's effect, this card right here can special summon itself. And surprisingly, this card has an animation. Like, that animation is pretty dope. Alright, and then using our Master Hyperion, we can banish a card and we can special summon it. So we're going to banish the Neptune, and then the Neptune, when it's banished, we can search for our field spell. So we get the Sanctuary in the Sky. Then using these 2 monsters, we're going to make our Master Player Hyperion. And then we're going to activate the field spell. Then we're going to activate the Hyperion, sending again the Celestial Knight Posh to the graveyard so that we can copy its effect. So now we discard the Neptune, get ourselves the Christia, and then remember, always count your graveyard. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 fairies. So now we're able to special summon Christia. And now our opponent is fucked. He cannot special summon, so he's going to need like an Infinite Impermanence or something like that. Alright, and we're going to go up against Spright. So he's going to normal summon the frog, sending the Rodent Totem, activating the frog, and he's going to give up because he cannot do anything. I swear, this deck it can be considered like a meme deck or something, but it's just hilarious, bro. When you are able to just, I don't know, it's so easy to take down these top tier decks like with such a meme deck. But anyways, that's just another route that you can take. So let's get into some juicy replays. Hello everybody, welcome to our next replay. And in this one we're gonna go second against Tearlaments. And I'll be honest, in this game I was a little perplexed. Spoiler warning, he's going to surrender, but I was just perplexed. I don't know why he ended up surrendering, but I don't know, maybe you guys can help me out with this one. But anyways, he normal summoned Rhino Heart, he sent the Sharon activated, but I got the Bestial, so I banished the Sharon, preventing him from fusion summoning into anything. Then with the Magnum Hut, I searched for the Duel Swarm. So now I'm going to normal summon my Earth, activate its effect to search for a Neptune. This is going to trigger his Havnes, and he's also going to activate the Infinite Impermanence, negating my monster. Alright, so the Havnes is going to special summon, he's going to mill cards. Luckily for us, he didn't mill anything of importance. Then using our 2 monsters, we're going to make our Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon. Alright, we're going to mill and search. Okay, so we got a Master Hyperion, a Diviner. So I'm going to get the Master Hyperion, send everything else to the graveyard. Then I'm going to discard the Neptune so that it can special summon my Earth, but he's going to try to call by the Graveyard. So instead, I'm going to banish my own monster with the Jewess Worm. And the reason why I banished my own monster is because I don't want this card to be negated. I really need this card because this card is going to search me the field spell. So I ended up banishing it so that it doesn't get negated. And now since it was banished, I can get the field spell. Okay, then he's going to activate the Sulliak. And I don't know what is his beef with my Earth. He's going to negate my Earth once again. Alright, and then the Half Ninja is going to activate. He's going to fusion summon into the Kick Halos. Alright, then he's going to send the Sharon. Sharon is going to activate using the Rhino Heart, so he's going to make a Kaleido Heart. Alright, and with the Kaleido Heart, again, he's going to spin back my Earth. And here, I have no clue why he ends up surrendering. So, yeah, I don't know if maybe he misplayed. Maybe he wanted to spin back a different card, but yeah, sure, we'll take those. We'll take those. Alright, my people, welcome back. And in this replay, we're going to go up against Tearlaments once again. This time we're going first, but we don't have the best hand to go into our Crystal Lock. So instead, we're going to activate the Sacred Waters in the Sky, which is going to allow us to search for our Earth. So we normal summon the Earth so that we can search for a Neptune. And then using the Earth, we're going to go into an Amaraj. Now this is going to allow us to discard the Neptune so that it can special summon back the Earth to our field. Alright, and then with these two monsters, we're going to make a Spright Elf. Alright, and then with the Spright Elf, we're going to bring back our Earth. And then I'm going to activate Brand the Regain, activate the Magnum Hut, banishing my own Neptune so that I can search for my field spell. That's also going to trigger the Brand the Regain, so I can put back my Neptune into my deck and I can draw a card. Alright, and we draw into Majesty Hyperion. Then with these two monsters, we're going to make our Chaos Ruler. Alright, let's see what we can mill or what we can add to the hand. Alright, so we add our Corobane and then we send everything else to the graveyard. The Eva is going to be able to banish a fairy so that I can add a fairy. Okay, then the Majesty Hyperion is going to be able to banish a fairy monster. So I banish my Earth and then I can special summon this monster into the field. Okay, and then this monster right here has the effect that you can banish a fairy monster from your graveyard. And then you can banish one card in either graveyard and you can banish it. Alright, so our opponent is going to activate Super Poly. He's going to make a Moon Dragon out of our monsters. Sad times for the homie. Alright, that's going to trigger my Brand the Regain since a monster was normal or special summoned while I have a Bestial in the graveyard. So I can bring back the Magnum Hut. Okay, and that's going to trigger the Magnum Hut. He's going to activate Foolish Burial, sending himself an Agito. Alright, the Agito is going to mill. Then he milled the screen. The screen is going to get him the Sulliek. Then the Keldo is going to activate, spinning back his Super Poly and spinning back some of my cards. Then he's going to normal summon the Diviner, but I'm going to activate my Herald so I can negate that. Alright, so that gets negated and it gets destroyed. Send it out of here. Then he's going to smack my Spright Elf. Alright, and then that's all he wrote. Alright, and then I'm going to activate the Duelist form in the end phase just because I don't know what his back rolls are, so I don't want him to activate any of that during my turn. Alright, we draw into a second Diviner, so we'll normal summon Diviner. We're going to send the Entist to the graveyard, popping his back row, and yep, I guess he had enough, so he's going to quit. Alright, my peoples, welcome to our next replay. And in this one, I think we're going to go up against Swordsoul. So our hand is not the best, so I just gonna set this in defense and set an Infinite Impermanence. Alright, he's going to normal summon, special summon Ecclesia. I'm gonna hit him with the Maxi. Alright, then the Ecclesia is gonna get him the Moye. And then I draw into a second Maxi, just my luck. Alright, so I'm going to hit the Moye with the Infinite Impermanence, but he's gonna have the Heavenly Dragon Circle. So he's going to be able to banish his, well, not banish, but, you know, dodge the Infinite Impermanence. So he still get a token. I still draw a card. Then he's going to activate Vishuddha, special summoning. Then he's going to be able to normal summon the Ecclesia. And then now he's going to go into a Psychic and Punisher. Alright, then he's going to banish his own card to banish my card. So now I can search for my field spell. Okay, then he's gonna give himself a damage boost, but he doesn't attack, because if he attacks, then my life points is gonna be lower than his, so then the Psychic and Punisher is not gonna be unaffected anymore. Alright, so I activate the Magnum Hut. He's gonna activate the Maxi, but we got that Ash Blossom, so we're gonna negate that. Alright, with the Magnum Hut, we're gonna be able to search. We normal summon the orange because it's a level 2 tuner, so that we can make our Chaos Ruler. Activate the Chaos Ruler. Alright, and then we get ourselves a Baldrake. Okay, so we activate the Baldrake, banishing his Ecclesia, special summoning our Drake. Then we're gonna get ourselves a Jewel Swarm, and then that's all I wrote. Okay, so he's gonna normal summon the Moye, revealing the Emergence. I'm gonna hit him with the Maxi again. Man, Maxi is just broken, bro. Alright, he's gonna get another Vishuda. Okay, he's gonna special summon the, well, actually banish the Vishuda so he can return the Baldrake back to my hand. Okay, and with these two monsters, he's gonna make the Grandmaster Chiao. Alright, with these cards, he's going to be able to search a card and he's going to be able to add a card, but I'm going to negate the Moye with the Ash Blossom. But he's still going to be able to add the Long Yawn. So I don't know, that could have probably been a misplay on my part. I don't know if I could have saved the Ash Blossom, but it's all good. Okay, so I'm going to special summon the Jewel Swarm just because if he ends up, you know, attacking into my Jewel Swarm, I can activate its graveyard effect. Okay, he's going to burn me for 12,000. He's going to banish my Jewel Swarm, banish my cards. Then he's going to give himself a boost, but I have the Baldrake, so I'm going to banish my own Bestial so I can normal special summon the Baldrake in defense position. Try to protect myself. Okay, and right now he still doesn't have lethal, so he doesn't attack with the Psychic and Punisher. Alright, so now I can special summon my Korobane, activate the Sacred Waters, adding my Master Hyperion, normal summon my Earth, getting my Neptune, special summoning my Spirit, and then this card right here can be cracked right here. So now you can target one face-up card your opponent controls and one attack position monster you control. So banish your opponent's card, and if you do, change your monster to defense position. So that's how I'm going to be able to get rid of his Supreme Sword Chain Ying. And then I'm going to activate Ready Fusion. So Ready Fusion, I'm going to burn for 1,000. So now my life points is lower than the Psychic and Punisher. So now this card is unaffected. Alright, and then the Master Hyperion has an effect that I can banish a light monster, and then I can target one card on the field, and then I can destroy it. So now I can get rid of his Psychic and Punisher. And then he's going to call it a day and say sayonara and have a good night. Hello everybody, welcome back. And in this replay, this was a little kind of crazy replay. Alright, so we're going first. Alright, we're going to activate our Sacred Waters, searching for our Earth. And then since we don't control any monsters, our Korobane can special summon itself. So we can normal summon the Earth, search for a Neptune. Then we're going to make an Amaraj. Alright, and then now the Neptune can discard itself, so we can special summon back the Neptune. And then using these two monsters, we're going to make our Protector Moon. Alright, then the Moon is going to be able to send the Majesty Hyperion to the graveyard. And then using these two monsters, we're going to make a Spright Elf. Okay, then we're going to bring back the Earth. And then activating the Majesty Hyperion from graveyard effect, we're going to banish the Neptune so it can special summon itself, getting ourselves our field spell. And then with the level 8 and the level 2, we're going to make our level 10 Master Flare Hyperion. Alright, and then since I have more than 4 fairies, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, because I already have 4 fairies, I won't be able to do the Christian lock because I have to send Pars to the graveyard, and that's going to be a 5th fairy in my graveyard, so we cannot lock him out. So our opponent's going to kaiju me, then he's going to hit me with the lightning storm, then he's going to activate the small world, getting himself a Eater of Millions. Okay, then he's going to special summon, and then he's going to banish my Master Hyperion. Okay, we draw into Ash. Okay, we're going to discard this card so we can special summon our Earth. And then once again, we're going to banish our monster so we can special summon our Majesty Hyperion. Then with this monster, we're going to make our Baroni de Fleur. Okay, pop his card, attack him for 2100, smack him for 3000. Alright, then it's back to our opponent. He's going to activate Pot of Desires. I'm not going to allow him to draw 2, so I'm going to Ash that, get that out of here. Alright, and then he's going to activate Triple Tactus Talent. He's going to draw 2 cards. So here is something that I just need to point out before we move on. So the Majesty Hyperion has this effect, that if the Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field or in either graveyard, whatever, you can use this effect twice. But what's important about this card is that any battle damage you take from battles involving your fairy monsters is also inflicted to your opponent. So whatever battle damage I take, my opponent is also going to take. Alright, and I bring this up because it's going to pop off right here. Okay, so he's going to activate his Orochi, banishing a whole bunch of cards to special summon it. And then he's got this card right here. So the Grand Maju is going to be able to lethal me. But we both take 11,000 to the face, so this game turns out to be a draw. And this is the first time I ever get a drop while playing this game, so I just wanted to show that because I thought that was pretty cool. Alrighty, let's keep it moving. Alright, my people, welcome to the decklist portion of the video. And if you made it this far into the video, thank you all so much for sticking around. I greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So to start things off, we have one Eva. So if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish up to 2 other light fairy monsters from your field and or graveyard, and then you can add the same number of level 2 or lower light fairy monsters with different names. So this card is really great because it allows you to search for your Neptune, you can search for your Herald, and you can search for your Earth, and you can also search for your Diviner. Next up, we have 3 Neptunes. So this card is also really amazing because you can discard this card and then you can special summon the agent monster from your hand or graveyard, except for Neptune. But if the Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field or in your graveyard, you can special summon 1 Hyperion monster instead. So this card is really amazing because you can get your starter and you can also get one of these cards, which are really amazing in this deck. Then we have 1 Kurikara, which can be really clutch when it comes into break boards, especially when your opponent has a whole bunch of monsters with effects and stuff like that. And then we got 1 Herald of Orange Light, which is a monster negate. Then we got our starter, one of our starters, 3 Agent Earth. And then we have 2 Maxis because Maxi. And then we have our other starter, Diviner of the Herald, and we run 3 of them. Then we have 3 Ash Blossoms. We have 1 Keldo and 1 Medora as our shufflers. We have 2 Corobane. This card is really great, is a good extender. If you control no monsters, then you can special summon this card from your hand. And then we have the Bestial package. So we have 1 Magnum Hut, 1 Druid's Worm, 1 Baldrake, and 1 Lubellion. And then we got this card right here, which is really amazing. It's a super rare card, but it has an animation, which I thought is pretty dope. So this card has a couple effects. So the first one is, if this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target 1 monster on the field, and then it cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. Also, you can target a face-up card your opponent controls and 1 attack position monster you control, and then you can banish your opponent's card and then just change your monster to defense position. So it's really great if we need to get rid of any monster that our opponent may have. And then we have one of the key cards in the deck, the Christia. You already know. This is gonna lock your opponents and yourself from special summoning monsters. And then we have the Hyperion, one Majesty Hyperion and one Master Hyperion. Then we got one Trias. And then we run one Harpy's Feather Duster for the Trap Tricks and for the Labyrinth. And then we have two Ready Fusions so that we can make our level 8 with the Bestial cards. And then we have 3 Sacred Waters. This allows us to search for our starters. And then we got the Field Spell, 1 Sanctuary in the Sky. We got 1 Branded Regained, 1 Called by the Grave, and 2 Infinite Impermanence. And then for the extra deck, we have 1 Alvain. So this is pretty much our Ready Fusion target. Then we have 1 Entis, 1 Chaos Ruler, 1 Bahroni de Fleur, 1 Chang Ying, 1 Master Flare Hyperion, 1 Psychic and Punisher, 1 Gigantic Spright, 1 Almirage, 1 Protector of the Agent's Moon, 1 Assis Skulltalker, 1 Knight Poshhath, 1 Unicorn, 1 Spright Elf, and 1 Dark the Dark Charmer. And that's pretty much, yep, agents. So if you all enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like. Any comment, questions that you may have, drop it down and I respond to you as soon as I can. And if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing for more content. And yeah, thank you all so much. Kiwami Games, peace out.